If you're thinking about moving to the Portland metro area, there's going to be some areas that naturally fly under the radar because they're not actually in one town or another. They're unincorporated areas of Multnomah County, of Washington County, of Clackamas County. So in this video, we're going to talk about an area that is really popular once people learn about it. It's called Raleigh Hills. It's on the west side. It's kind of sandwiched in between Southwest Portland and Beaverton city limits. We're going to talk about it in this video. All that starts now. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Paul Clem with the Home Team Brokers coming to you from Portland, Oregon. If this is your first time to the channel living in Oregon and you want to get more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. We've helped so many people relocate to Oregon and move to the Portland metro area, and as real estate professionals, we'd love to help with that process. So if that's you, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, or click the link down below in the description of the video, schedule a Zoom call with us. Either way, we would love to help with your move to the Portland area. So Raleigh Hills, again, this is an area that a lot of people really like once they start digging in, but it's not quite Portland, it's not quite Beaverton. It's probably considered more to be Portland. It's kind of an old Portland neighborhood, has that style. So it's probably more considered Portland than it actually is Beaverton, but you're in unincorporated Washington County, so you're just over the county line on the west side, and you're into Washington County. But it has a Portland address, but it's Beaverton School District, so it's really kind of in between these two areas. Raleigh Hills, along with another area called West Slope, which a lot of will actually be included in Beaverton. West Slope is actually a Beaverton address or included in Beaverton city limits. These are areas that really were developed over the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, into the 60s a little bit. So you have a lot of kind of early 20th century, but a lot of mid-century modern. And as you drive through these neighborhoods, Raleigh Hills is an area that is really heralded for its architecture. Again, in particular, the mid-century modern, but you also get some older styles into the 40s, even into the 20s and 1910s. So you have a lot of really old historic charm. And I think one thing you'll really notice looking at homes in this area is that so many of these homes have been really well maintained, and most of them have been renovated, remodeled, and they're really very well cared for. So because of the proximity to the city, because of the Washington County taxes, because of these large, beautiful homes that have been really well maintained and in most cases renovated and remodeled, this is an area that does carry a little bit of a premium in terms of the price. So the price per square foot is going to be higher than a lot of other areas in the Portland metro area. But you do have larger homes. So even the mid-century ranches, you'll have daylight basements, you'll have tri-levels and things like that. So you'll have deceptively large homes. If you're just driving by on the street, a lot of these homes look like they're 1,500, maybe 2,000 square feet, but you'll find that a lot of them are 2,500, 2,800, 3,200 square feet. And this is an area that a lot of families flock to. And not just because of, the fact that the homes are a little bit larger and the historical charm and all the things that we've talked about, but this is a really well laid out, safe area for families and for kids to live. There's a great park in the area where you have the Raleigh Swim Center, you have pickleball courts, you have a great playground, you have a lot of big wide streets, and I think really strong community ties in this area where you see a lot of kids out riding their bike and playing in the street and things like that. So again, this is going to be an area that a lot of families in particular do tend to flock to, but it's also a little bit of an older area. So you're going to get some people who have lived there for 50, 60, 70 years. You do have some of those ranches and single level living. So you do get some people who are retired actually moving into this area as well. That's something that you see a lot. So you have a pretty diverse mix as far as age groups in this area overall. And in total, there's about 6,600 people, about 7,000 people who live in Raleigh Hills. Again, you're going to be in Beaverton School District when you get into Raleigh Hills. So if you live in Raleigh Hills, you're going to feed into Beaverton School District, but you are really close to and really right in your neighborhood is Jesuit High School, which is kind of the preeminent private high school on the west side of Portland, you know, a powerhouse with sports, great academic school. Portland doesn't have a ton of large private schools, in particular private high schools, so Jesuit is a very popular school for a lot of families to send their kids to. That is right there. And so if you're relocating to the Portland metro area, you're looking for a private school, a Catholic school, Jesuit is right there on your doorstep. In a lot of areas in Raleigh Hills, you could walk to school, so I think that's something that could be attractive to families moving into the area as well. But just overall, your location and your proximity to all of the things around you is really attractive too. So again, you're really kind of in Southwest Portland. This really feels like, you know, as far west as you can get in Southwest Portland, more than it feels like you're in Beaverton, which a lot of Beaverton feels a little bit more like suburbia with strip malls and things like that. In Raleigh Hills, you're just a few miles west of downtown Portland. So you go up and over the hill, Highway 26, come down Shoals Ferry Road, and all of that neighborhood on the right-hand side, extending west, it's about 1.5 square miles. That's all Raleigh Hills. That's another thing I should mention too, is this area is very wooded and it has some, some gradual sloping. So it's not super steep hills, which I know some people don't like. In a lot of these areas in the West Hills in Portland, you might have a little bit of a larger lot, but a lot of that lot isn't going to be usable. It's going to be really sloped, really wooded. It gives you some privacy, but it doesn't give you as much space to run around. In an area like Raleigh Hills, again, you have some gradual sloping. So a lot of these lots are pretty level. A lot of the streets are pretty level. And I think a lot of people enjoy that too. But I digress. So just south of you, you can get into Tigard. Washington Square Mall is there, which is going to be a place that you would probably find yourself going to if you live in Raleigh Hills. And then at your doorstep, everything west is going to be Beaverton, really big suburb, one of the more popular, if not the most popular suburb in the Portland metro area, has a ton to offer, a lot of diversity, is right there. Again, you're in Beaverton school districts, and then as you continue west, you're going to get into Hillsborough as well. So between Beaverton and Hillsborough, you have probably about 230,000 people. You have some of the largest employers in the Portland metro area. So Nike is right there. You're going to be about a 10-minute drive, probably 10, 12-minute drive to Nike. All of the Intel campuses and all of the other Silicon Forest businesses that are out in Beaverton and Hillsborough are going to be right there, very close and very accessible. Also being on the west side of town, you can get out to the coast a little bit quicker. So just shoot out Highway 26 and you can get out to Seaside and Astoria. I think a lot of people do enjoy that when they live on the west side of Portland. And in your immediate area, Raleigh Hills, I think a lot of what people would consider to be Raleigh Hills is on the north side of Beaverton Hillsdale Highway. But there is a sliver, a section of technically Raleigh Hills on the south side of Beaverton Hillsdale Highway. This is going to be the section that is kind of bordering or right up against the Portland Golf Club, which is one of the more exclusive private golf clubs in the Portland metro area. And on Beaverton Hillsdale Highway, that kind of splits Raleigh Hills into these two sections, you have everything you need. You have the Fred Meyer, which is the local Kroger chain. You have New Seasons, which is actually the original New Seasons. New Seasons has a couple dozen locations throughout the Portland metro area. If you haven't heard of it, it's kind of like a Whole Foods, so it's a little bit higher end, more organic, natural, healthier options. One of those kind of more expensive grocery stores. New Seasons, very popular. They actually have a lot of great gifts too. So I've often found myself, if I need a last minute gift, New Seasons is a great spot to go. So you have New Seasons right there on your doorstep. There are some great restaurants there. along that strip of Beaverton Hillsdale Highway, and then you have some of your fast food and kind of typical restaurant chain offerings as well. So again, this is going to be an area that will fly under the radar a little bit when you're engaging in a home search. And when we do a lot of these videos, you know, we're talking about Portland proper and we're talking about Portland suburbs. So there's going to be areas like this that might slip through the cracks a little bit. So I want to make sure we can put out some content about Raleigh Hills and areas like it that are in these kind of unincorporated areas. We've talked a lot about Cedar Mill, Bonnie Slope, Bethany, Oak Hills, which are other communities not far, a little bit further west, just north of Highway 26. That are by and large considered to be Beaverton because they're in Beaverton School District, but they're actually unincorporated from the city of Beaverton. We have featured those quite a bit. Raleigh Hills is an area, again, we want to give some love to as well, because this is an area that generally has so much interest once people come to find out about it. One thing I would definitely want to impart is that when you look at the median sale price, for all of Portland, it's about $550,000. When you look at the median sale price for Raleigh Hills, $950,000. Now, actually, the median price per square foot right now, $322 compared to $318 in all of Portland. So it's actually not that much higher, but I do think that if you break that out, you do get homes that are a little bit smaller relative to what you're paying for. So if you paid $950,000 in an area like Tualatin or in a lot of other neighborhoods in Beaverton, out in Hillsborough, Tigard, you're going to get a pretty big home, you know, for that amount generally. Whereas in Raleigh Hills, you could pay $950,000 for a home that, you know, maybe only has 3,000 square feet, 3,200 square feet, even down to like 2,500 square feet, depending on the architecture, how well it's been maintained, the remodel, all of those things. So if Raleigh Hills is an area that sounds interesting and you want to learn more about it, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, or click the link down below in the description of the video. We can have a conversation about your budget and your timeline, what you're looking for in an area, talk about areas that might fit your needs, start a home search for you, and come up with a game plan so you can hit the ground running when the time comes. If this video was helpful, make sure to hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. If you want to get more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and tap the little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. As always, we really appreciate you watching, and until next time, we'll talk to you later.